Dead.
Let me know when we get low. How y'all doing, man? I got my good friend Josiah here from Florida, sunny Florida.
Yes, sir.
Joe
Gainesville,
been
Florida.
Joe been in the business for how long you been in there now, Joe?
Total real estate. Started as an agent. It's been 6 years, I think now. Started as an agent, then went into creative investing like late 2018, and then it just kind of started taking off towards later 2019, and it's been kind of history from there. So like realistically, what I'm doing right now, about 3 years.
So are you still listing properties, or are you still using your license, or what?
No, I let that go. I let that go. Too much red tape and not enough margin. You know what I mean?
That margin low, man. Nothing against realtors, but man,
Yeah.
that margin for the work, it's a lot of work. It's definitely a lot of work.
What about you, man? What have you been up to?
Man, we doing everything over here. Wholesaling. Got a sub two. We get ready to close on next week with a pool. It's light too. We got to do a little light renovation, and we're done with that one. I'm gonna keep it though, because I can cash flow on it. Now it has only about, I say about a good 30-40,000 in equity,
Mm-hmm.
but the cash flow only gonna be like, let me see, it's 2,200 a month. So we got an offer for between 3,200 and 3,500.
Oh wow.
So that's gonna be a good one to hold on to.
Yeah.
Are you seeing it, the foreclosures picking up down there, or what?
So I have seen a couple of indicators that people are getting behind. Yeah. And it's just mainly the affordability with all these interest rates. I mean, rates are at 7.75. I mean, that's a prime rate right now.
Yeah,
It's just insane.
crazy, man.
Crazy. Your normal $200,000 house that used to be like $1,000 payments now, almost 1,700,
Woo,
with PITI. So
woo.
you're not, not great. Not great.
I remember now. It used to, the normal rates before it like dropped down to 2% usually was between like 4 and 6%, but now they're going crazy. I wonder if they're gonna even stop.
Imagine if you have bad credit, but they're willing to finance you. You know what I mean? Like people with 640s out here, they're struggling, man.
Unless you get an FHA, they're gonna tear your head off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to go conventional. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay
uh,
big time.
that's the truth, man.
So we were talking about one of our good friends, Jay Connor. That's what we met at Jay Connor seminar.
Yep.
Man, we spent a pretty penny on that one. That was the, what is that one called? Master. What kind of seminar was that one, Joe? I forgot the name of it.
I think it was the Private Money Academy or something like that. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't remember. It was private money oriented. I know that much.
Yep. And we spent a pretty penny on that one. People think you just get out here and go on YouTube and then you could do all these type of transactions. What's
Yeah.
your take on it?
No, man. If you're gonna do anything education wise, you're gonna pay something for it. It's just really, I mean, you do that with college degrees. You know what I mean? People pay, $50,000-$100,000 for a degree, and go out there and do nothing and make 40K. Going out
Oh,
of college and stuff, and it's just brutal. So if you're gonna do it, at least get the education in something that is a vehicle that will raise your income. You know what I mean? If you can become an expert in a vehicle that's going to produce a high income for you, then that's the way that you should be going.
man, definitely. You got to invest in yourself if you want to get the information, just like you said, just like college. But in real estate, you invest, shoot, 20 to 40 grand a year. What are you spending college, like 30, 40 grand a year?
Yeah, some of
Come
the
on.
top colleges are like that. Yeah,
Man, you spend that in real estate getting educated, man. Come on. You coming
yeah.
out the gate banging.
Either educated through a course or through a bad deal.
Woo. Hey, like they say, you're gonna invest one way or another in the
Yeah,
bad deal or getting training up front.
yeah,
And hope
that's
you
it.
can recover on the bad ones. I
Yeah,
see a lot of people that I've known, a lot of people went out bad. They pay too high. They go watch HGTV. They feel like Mr. Flipper or Mrs. Flipper. And they run out there, man, pay too much. The contractors hit them across the head. And that's it. It's history. Now they
That's it.
call us, please, can you do a short sale? Do something.
Please.
Help.
You short sell my property, Eddie? Please.
Help me. How's the market down there?
Well, I'm in a student market, right? I'm in a student market, and then a neighboring county that's the horse capital, one of the horse capitals of the world. It's this one, and then there's one in Kentucky, right?
Whoa.
Yep. So there's a lot of flip opportunities, and there's a lot of student rental opportunities, just depending on what you do, right?
Yeah.
And there's a pretty good. It's a medium type of market. I think it's about 200, 300,000 population, so it ain't bad. But it hasn't slowed down as much as a lot of areas are starting to. There's still a bit of a demand bubble in my area,
Yeah.
but we are starting to see the decline already. We are, yeah, 100%. Well, some areas have decreased by 11% already.
Whoa.
Yes, had a deal like that about 3 months ago, where the ARV, by the time we were done with it, because the seller needed to move out, and it was it was a 60-day close. It was like a little longer. The seller needed to move out, had low income, so those are tricky situations trying to find them a place, because that house wasn't livable. It was disgusting. It was probably one of the most
Working.
disgusting hoarder situations I had seen. Yeah, there was like cat feces everywhere. It was
Oh.
bad. So helping them find a spot was interesting. And then now he finally did, with the help of some siblings of his, and from there we closed. But by the time we closed, the buyer that I had it, because I did wholesale it, the buyer that I had just saw it and was like, "Oh man, this area is already starting to drop a little bit." So they were running rental comps. It'll rent well just because of the area is close to the school, but it was still a little
Dropping.
alarming. Yeah, alarming.
Yeah, we're seeing it drop in certain areas too. We're on the decline. It's going down. It's like they controlling it. It's kind of slowly going down in certain areas.
Yes.
Slowly going down. I feel like we may see the bottom probably the end of this year.
Yeah.
If it get really low. Now keep in mind, not every market y'all will be affected. Not every market will be affected. Just some of them.
Right. Right.
So what's your take on being a one trick pony in this business?
Well, the less you do, the more you make, right? That's the that's the lingo. So, as far as being able to delegate those tasks that are tedious and keep you away from making business decisions, right? You want to get rid of those as quick as you possibly can. And there's a lot of cheap labor out there, especially in these virtual platforms with virtual assistants. Using technology to your advantage, AI even is coming into the play, right? To help you get rid of some of those time consuming tasks that don't allow you as a business owner to move your business forward and make decisions, which is ultimately your job. In the beginning, you're going to have to do all of it, right? But as you go, you should be trying to get those tasks to someone else as quickly as you possibly can, and making sure that your time is the highest monetized time as far as payment goes per hour, right? So that's what I say. But you can do it as a run chick pony, and you should at first, especially when you're first getting started, and you should be on a shoestring budget. And I believe this with any business nowadays, is you should try to do it with as little money as possible, because when you do have money, and to start something, you're going to spend it way faster than, you know what I mean? So you've got to learn how to do things and create income by yourself, or a little bit at least, or most of it, and get income with not a lot of income, which is also why real estate investing is a really cool vehicle in itself, is because when you know how to do it and you've been educated, you're able to invest in a little bit of education and do it the right way. You can do a lot of deals with no money or credit,
Oh God.
and it's pretty incredible.
Man, I couldn't finance a peanut when I started in '04. So to learn how to do this stuff with little to no money, man, was a blessing. At first, I thought it was like a scam. You know how it is. You're like,
Yeah,
oh man, because when you hear about real estate, everybody think, oh, you need tons of money. You got to have all this money, buy the property in order to make a profit.
right.
Man, we tie these properties up with $10,
Yep.
and they
Yep.
don't even take the money. Some people will let the earnest money stop them from even they think themselves out of, oh my God, I'm gonna need
Yeah.
$1,000 earnest money, $500 earnest money.
Yep.
Like they going hysterical.
Yep.
Chill out, take a chill pill. Most of these people take 10 to $100, and you normally don't even give them the money. You can put on your contract, the attorney is holding the money,
Yep.
send them over document by DocuSign. They click on it, sign, it's a done deal.
Yep.
That easy. But you
100%. And to be honest with you, sometimes you're, especially if you're just assigning or whatever you're doing as far as an exit strategy, a lot of the times, if you have a buyer coming in before that closing and you're going to assign that contract, most of the time you don't even need, I'm not going to say anything, but a
nothing.
lot of the times title companies are it's such a minuscule amount of money that it's,
Just do a double closing.
yep.
You don't even need the funds. Now, some states are different. Some states you got to bring the money in
Yeah.
to flip it, but some states they'll let you use the end buyer money when you're wholesaling.
Yep.
Now, as far as the one trick pony with real estate strategies, what's your take on that? Should you be focused your entire career just on wholesaling?
So you're going to have way more conversions if you know how to engineer the transaction,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And that so in my business, I'm 80% one thing. If you ever read that book, The One Thing, get good at really one thing that's your really, your craft. That's what I've focused on as far as my start. And my bread and butter, keep the cash flow into the business, because you can generate a lot of cash very quickly, especially with your wholesaling, with minimal risk, which is fantastic. But then you need to be able to convert some of those leads that just don't work for a cash deal, right? Those are income streams that could be passive potentially, especially if you're doing some sort of creative finance. And also just, we were just talking about this yesterday, Eddie, the options and novations, right? Those
Yeah.
are big right now. Sellers, especially in this market that's transitioning, sellers still want a lot of money. They don't really understand that the market's coming down right now. So they still want too much money for the property. And they're not understanding that, to get it done realistically, we're going to have to make something work creatively. Right. And when you're able to offer more than a lot of other people will offer them, it can drive your conversion ratios up quite a bit, as well as put more money in your pocket. So you should be learning multiple strategies.
Multiple strategy. Master one,
Yep.
go to the next. Master one, go to the next.
Yep.
Now, are you seeing a lot of competition down there where you at versus six when you first started about 3 or 4 years ago?
Um, a lot more. Yeah, a lot more. Just because there's been more of a drive to, well, one, education, and is a lot more publicized, marketed. Everybody's got a course, blah blah blah. So a lot of people are jumping out of seminars and trying to get their feet wet and stuff. So there's a lot of garbage out there. Um, but as far as competition goes, at the end of the day, these market cycles are what weed out the real from the fake, right?
Yep.
If you know what you're doing and you're going to be sticking to your guns, when you can make money during a hot market when sellers were tough, you're going to crush it in these bottom markets, especially if you have multiple
Ooh.
strategies.
You got multiple strategy when this thing, when it, like they say, when the S hit the fans, it's on.
It's on.
Now we're seeing more pre foreclosures picking up too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're seeing them picking up like crazy, man. We've been pretty pretty consistent the last couple of months, getting about 2 to 3 a month. We just focus locally right now.
Okay, nice.
As far as our subject two goes, because you got to manage those and all that good stuff. So
Oh yeah,
I'm not now for student bringing in some. I partner with them if they're in the area where they can check on the property and maintain the property and stuff like that. But I say get good in your own field, your own area first before you branch out.
yep,
A lot of people like to just branch out, but you need boots on the ground. You're gonna have somebody go out, check out the property and all that good stuff.
yep,
Unless you're wholesaling land. Now, if you're wholesaling land, you don't have to go to the property
right.
at all. You look at pictures, no tenants, no toilets, no lock boxes, none of that crap.
I'm
None of
gonna
that.
tell you a funny story about that. I actually had a buyer take the pictures for me on a land deal I did a couple months ago. I was like, "Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Fantastic. If it don't work out, well,
Thank
you
you.
don't make me an
Shoot.
offer, you gave me the pictures, you know what
I
I mean?"
love that because you can tell them when you get out there, you don't mind snapping a few pictures for me. Let me take a look at it. Boom. You got some more marketing pictures in case they don't buy, y'all.
That's right. That's right.
That's the benefit of it. Also, look in the description, y'all. Download your free subject to contract, your deal evaluation sheet. The deal evaluation sheet just show you several different strategies with different seller situations, and then what strategy you can use with that. Also, we got the wholesaling land masterclass starting next Tuesday. So click on the link and sign up, y'all. I'm telling you, stuff is easy once you learn how to do it. But like, it doesn't matter, man. They say only 10% of people actually do something with the information.
Yeah. I'd say probably even less. I'd say if you were in a room of 100 people, about 1% are gonna actually
Ooh.
take action on that.
And why is that, man? Why do you think?
Well, there's a lot of fears. There's a lot of things that hold us back. There's a lot of what is that analysis paralysis that goes into people, right? And I think it's really based on personality type. I think the people that um, do the best in this business are willing to fail, and I think a
Yeah,
lot of people are not willing to fail.
they're
To
so scared, man.
Yeah,
Man, if
and
it doesn't kill me, I don't care. I'm gonna try it.
yeah, exactly. People simply will be like, "Wow, this sounds amazing. I love this. This could be life changing." Blah blah blah, and they get an emotional high from especially from these seminars and stuff. How many have we been doing? So many.
So
They're
many.
all a lot of them are not good, and then the ones that are really good, are they leave you with some actionable stuff. And if you're not willing to actually put something into practice right away, just one thing, literally, just start with one thing, and that one thing is going to start to build that snowball. You break inertia by
Yep.
doing that. Just
Yep.
pick something small and do it. And when you start to move forward, you're going to start figuring out other problems, and get an idea of the space that you're actually entering. And that alone is going to submerge you well enough into that space to where you're going to want to take more action and more action and more action. And by the time you figure it out, you're doing a deal. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Next thing you know, you got you one on the contract.
And you're making money, and the second you make money, it's over.
Oh God.
It's over.
Man, when I first saw that first check, oh, I got it up. That I might pull the pitch out. Man, I got that first check. Woo! You couldn't tell me nothing, man. Hey, I thought it was illegal, Joe. I'm like, so this guy, I gave this seller 10 grand and I'm getting ready to close and make 15. Man, I said, no, man. These people gonna call back and say, bring the check back. I'm nervous. So I'm at the closing, right? I'm like, man, they're not gonna come. They're not gonna come. The buyer gave me $1,000 earnest money.
Really?
Man, they're not gonna come. I'm just thinking all negative. Mine messed all the way up.
Yep.
So the guy pulled up in the drop top Porsche, him and his boy. I was like, yes. They came in, we signed the paperwork. I got my check. I'm on the way to the bank, right? I'm still thinking negative, man. I'm like, man, they're not
You
gonna
already got
cash
the
the
check,
check.
and you think it's not going to
Yeah.
count?
I'm still thinking they're gonna take the check back. I'm like, man, they're gonna call the check, say this is not legal to do. I just wholesale the property.
Yeah.
So I gave the lady the check. She said, hold on for a second. I gotta call and verify it.
Right.
Damn. This is what I'm thinking. Oh man. Then she got off the phone. She said, how do you want it? In hundreds or fifties or what? I'm like, whoa.
I love the fact that you cashed it. You didn't even have it into an account. You were like,
I
"Give
cash
me
it just
all
in case.
right now."
Just in case they call back. Look, that's a bad check.
That's funny.
and and that's going to show you too, y'all. You don't. I didn't even have an LLC at the time. I did that first deal in my name.
Yeah.
No LLC, nothing. I'm just like, I had to go though, man, because I quit my job. I was working at a temp service, a pimp service. I mean, temp service. I was working at a temporary service, and they was like, you couldn't take any more days off.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if I was nervous to leave, but I couldn't keep driving a forklift for $10.50 with 3 kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I got to roll the dice.
Yeah.
So before I went to the seminar, we went to Ron LeGrand Millionaire Maker Seminar back in 04. He taught like 4 or 5 strategies, but I was so hungry. I didn't have a job, so I quit my job. And when I got there, man, I had like 5 or 6 leads. And he closed my first deal on stage. It was a subject to it, man. The rest was history. I was like, whoa. So my first deal was a subject to it, and the second one was a wholesale deal, wholesale deal. But I just really thought like they was gonna call me back for that check. I'm like, man, how can you legally get somebody 10 grand and make 15,000? Like, this is unheard of where I'm from, man. They like,
Yeah. Yeah.
now, did you have people doubting you when you was getting ready to start?
No.
But
No.
yes, support.
I had that it was. Oh, do you mean like people dialing for me as far as like, did I hire a VA right away and all that stuff?
No, I said doubting you, like thinking you weren't gonna make it or do.
Oh,
do
doubting
real
me.
estate.
Yeah, man, my entire family. But whole family, you're gonna live the life of a salesman, and they just don't understand, But like, pretty much most of my circle was definitely hesitant on me getting into real estate at all, right? And once you get that shut up check, though, man,
Woo! Tighten them up
mm,
every time.
telling you, and it wasn't my first check actually. That was the one that I sent, because my first one was a wholesale deal, right? And it was only $2,500. But once I got that, and I had used like all my life savings, for just to try to work on marketing. I was down to my last like $500. Okay,
Right.
when this closed, I had to close this, and I had 2 price reductions that I needed to get to make it work, and I only made $2,500. So that's how like skin in my teeth, I was on my first deal. But it was a learning experience for sure. Taught me how to handle stress when the chips are down. That's for sure.
Man,
But
yeah.
the second one, I made $11,000 on, and that one is the one that I sent to
Wave that money in the face.
to the folks, where they could say, "Oh, I understand why you're doing this now. I got it," And
I
then
bet they don't have anything to say now.
sure don't. Not when I'm buying dinner.
Oh, and my uncle, he was laughing at me. I was on the way. I was getting in the car going to the seminar. He was laughing. Oh, what you know about real estate? You're wasting your time. I said, this old hater, man. As soon as I learned the business, like 3 or 4 months later, I jumped into a rehab and I had his ass out there working. Paint the house. Let's go. Hey, so y'all do not let the haters stop you. I'm telling you, everybody who thought about doing something great had haters. Look at the guys who on the Wright brothers who built the airplanes. They was laughing, talking about flying in the air. We just driving these old Model Ts. Just got off a horse a couple of years ago. Now you talking about flying. They was like, oh, man, they crazy. What kind of drugs are they on? Now you see them flies flying right and them planes flying right and left all across the nation.
Breaking inertia, man. That somebody's got to do it. That's it. Somebody's got to get the ball rolling and break that inertia. You got to work through the friction, and there's going to be friction, whether that's your pressure, that's your social circle, your spouse, whoever it is. But if you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen. And that's really where it starts, is wanting it hard enough to make it happen no matter what. And
no matter what.
That's what creates winners. So
yep, every time.
Yep.
I was looking at Ali the last when it was 2 days ago, my daughter. And it was a big he was getting ready to fight Joe Frazier and no, not Frazier. What's that guy used to knock everybody out? The Foreman, Big George Foreman.
Yeah.
His own wife was like, "Oh, well, you're gonna fight. He gonna knock you. He gonna hurt you.
Dang.
I'm fighting anyway." So
Oh, I would have brought her the papers after
he divorced
the
her.
oh, did he?
Yeah, oh yeah, he divorced
There
her.
you go.
He
There you
knew
go.
right then she wasn't all the way in it to win it. He was like,
Nope. Nope.
"Next."
You got to do it. I mean, it's unfortunate. I think it was Kevin O'Leary that said this, and what's easier to replace, a business you've built or someone you've met?
Next.
Tough, but it's true. That's tough. But it's true.
Well, I done replaced plenty since I've been doing real estate. Hey, you gotta go, not the business.
I'm only one down. Don't worry.
I'm 2 down, boy. I'm
Oh
2.
man. Hey, 3 strikes, you're out. You better be careful.
Hey, you can't let the haters stop you, man. You're gonna always have the haters, but believe in yourself and take action. Because you can sit and manifest and pray and to Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, whoever you want to all day. But if you don't get off that couch, no checks are coming in.
Yep.
I never see Jesus haven't brought me $1 million to the front doorstep yet. I've been waiting. So you got to get off your butt. When you start taking that action, God, He gonna see you taking that action and bring it. He gonna help you get it, bring opportunities to you, so you could take advantage of it.
Yep.
But if you don't, it's never gonna happen. And a lot of stuff, man, we mess it up big time with that self-talk.
Yep.
We talk ourselves out of it, or we let somebody. I'm gonna tell you the power of suggestion, man, that is powerful.
Yep.
The power of suggestion is powerful. If you think if you value somebody's opinion, just like I said about my uncle, if I value his opinion, guess what? I wouldn't be here today. I would have let that weaken my faith, and I went on back in the house. Oh man, he right. What can I do?
I would have finished college.
Huh?
I said I would have finished college.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah, man. Shoot.
you just got to go out there, and step out on faith.
Yep.
Yo, thank you, man, for joining me tonight. Dang, this afternoon. You got any words of wisdom that you want to get to anybody out there on the ground in this real estate?
Yeah, man. I mean, today we were, just kind of catching up and talking about, getting started on everything. And for a lot of people, especially if you're young, you know what I mean? I was really young. You could not let that get in the way of your success at all. I was starting to get into this thing when I was 20 and I look like I'm 12. You know what I mean? I'm 26 now and I still look like I'm barely over 21. I don't think I ever get carded or don't get carded. You know what I mean? Just on a night out. So don't let anything, mental blocks, age, people
None
around,
of that stuff.
anything, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. You must make it happen. Get it in your head. If you want something bad enough, you're going to find a way to make it work, whether that's doing it yourself or finding out who can actually put you in the right position. Get a little bit of education and get it moving.
Get it moving. Don't get stuck on just studying all day. You done studied 5 years, haven't made one freaking call.
Yep.
Get your butt up.
Yep.
Get to work.
Get to work,
man. And listen, find your mentor, get you, man, you got to invest in yourself.
Yep.
Invest in yourself. You are your best investment because you can't bless anybody else if you're not blessed, if you're not doing anything.
That's right. That's exactly right. You can't throw a life raft out from the middle of the ocean yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, man. So take action, y'all. Massive action equal massive results.
Yep.
Little action, little results. So we're energy. So whatever we focus on, expand, put that energy on closing these deals out. Your first deal, all it takes is one. Once you get that first deal, now you know you can do it. That take your consciousness to a whole nother level. Now you're ready to roll. And then most people keep going.
Yep. And when you get that second one, you know it's not a fluke.
Oh,
and that's when it just is a That's it.
You're on a whole nother vibration.
Well, yep, higher frequency.
Well, thank y'all. Debachi, how you doing? The dope info.
Love it, man.
The story is hilarious.
I think whenever we get together, we're hilarious, to be honest.
You know, we turn up, man. We gotta. I'm gonna talk to you about an event too. Later on
Okay.
that we should go check out. It's down there in Florida, Orlando.
Oh, that's only 2 hours for me. That's good.
Yeah.
Hour and a half if I'm driving.
Oh shit. Man, thank you so much. Thank y'all, Transaction Engineer family. God bless y'all. Keep growing and going. How can they find you, Josiah? You on
So right now
Instagram or
you
what?
can, yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot more stuff on the gram. So if they want to follow my Instagram, I do it's a mix of just real estate stuff and fitness. Not a lot on there right now, but we're building it up. So it's at Rivera Josiah. I can put it down in the comments if you'd like.
Yeah.
It's at Rivera Rivera Josiah Josiah. And if you do have a property to sell, it's gridhomebuyers.com.
Oh yeah. And he's down in Florida, y'all. So let's get it.
That's it.
Let's take action, baby.
That's it. That's it. I
Thank
appreciate
y'all.
it, Eddie.
Thank you so much. Man, thank y'all for tuning in. God bless y'all. Keep growing and going, baby. Never
That's
give
it.
up. Never quit. Peace.